Great. Yes, Maya.
My family will never believe this. That's Maya. And if you know our family, you'll know why that moment matters. Welcome to Living in 3D Power, a space where questions matter, stories heal, and joy is our practice. Okay, before we jump into this episode, I just want to give you a little background and tell you how special this episode is. One, it's our first episode back after nearly 2 months away, or 2 months away. And, life invited our family into a season of grief, healing, and simply being together. So during that time, I needed to live my life before I could talk about it. Still figuring that out. So thank you for giving me the space to do that. So it feels really good to be back. And this episode is also special because if you've been listening for a while, you might remember the conversations with my oldest daughter, JoJo. And people still stop and talk about how funny she was, how honest she was, and how naturally she showed up. Well, today you get to meet my other daughter, Maya. She's my middle child. If you ask Maya to describe herself, she'll probably say she's nonchalant. She says that often. And honestly, that's pretty on brand for her. But I describe her a little differently. Maya's deeply thoughtful. She notices what other people miss. She takes her time. She processes before she speaks. She's never been someone who feels the need to perform for a camera or a microphone. She'd rather be behind it. So the fact that she said yes to recording this episode with Emma and me is actually a really big deal. If you think about this in terms of my girls, Emma processes life out loud. JoJo will tell you exactly what she's thinking. And Maya, she reminds me that quiet doesn't mean disconnected. Sometimes quiet means you're paying attention. And I think our world often celebrates the person who takes up the most space in the room, but every family has different ways of showing up. Some of us process out loud, some of us process quietly, and neither one is more authentic than the other. So one of the beautiful things about watching Maya in France was seeing her become more herself, not someone else. And that moment you saw at the beginning, that wasn't Maya being an extrovert. That was Maya saying yes to an experience she normally might have watched by the sidelines. So sometimes courage looks like dancing through the streets of Sarlat with people you've only just met. Sometimes courage looks like saying yes to a microphone when every instinct tells you to stay behind the camera. That's the Maya you'll meet today, and I'm really grateful for her yes. So I'm excited for you to meet her. Let's jump in.
Hey, it's me, Emma. Welcome back to Living in 3D Power. It's been 2 months, and today we're gonna be talking about Mommy's and my sister Maya's trip to Paris, or like France.
And has anyone ever seen this human being before?
No.
You want to introduce yourself, or you want to introduce your sister?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Maya. You gotta use a mic.
I'm Maya.
Well, you caught a glimpse of her on your birthday clip, your birthday episode. She did do a video there.
Yeah.
Anything else you want the people to know, Maya, about you? Maya's 17. She's going into her senior year. And we went on this trip because she is in AP French. So this is part of her AP French trip. And we crossed the country. It was a whirlwind. So Emma's going to ask us, and then we're going to figure out and hear about what you also did while we were away.
Okay. Rapid fire. What were you most excited about before you left?
I was excited to see the Louvre.
I don't know if there was one thing I was particularly excited about. I think to get a stamp on my passport from France, and then that didn't happen. But more importantly, to actually get to spend, I thought maybe some one-on-one time with Maya, but it didn't turn out like that. But just to be around her, because we have so many kids and dogs, but it would be cool just to be around her. I know that was rapid fire, but it wasn't rapid fire. Okay.
Who packed better?
Mom.
Wait. See, these are going to be rapid fire because Maya made fun of me for packing. She made fun of me. She said I was overthinking it. And then, where is it, Maya? I got this award from your teacher. She gave out paper plate awards the last night, and it says most likely to open a matcha shop that specializes in heat wave accessories. Because I was researching people online. I can't think of her name, but she is a Black woman who moved to Paris, and she's talking about the heat wave. And I'm like, she's talking about how you stay cool because they don't have AC in a lot of places. And she has the Evian spray and the fan. So I had all the things. I had mosquito protectant, all the things. And Maya made fun of me, but it all came in handy.
What food would you eat again?
Maybe the croissants.
Where did you have a croissant? Oh, did the first day you have a croissant?
Breakfast.
I don't think I even ate one croissant in France. I don't think I ate one. Maybe, but if I did, it wasn't memorable. And you would think because they're known for that. What would I eat again? That's the sad part. There wasn't like anything that was... I would eat the escargot again, actually, because it tasted pretty good. I would do that. It was good. I ate, I think, 4 different people's because they didn't like it.
Huh? Biggest travel fail? It could be like anybody's, like not just yours.
Yes, some people didn't pack enough clothes.
Yeah. Travel fail? I did pack almost everything, but I think I didn't bring hydrocortisone, which would have helped you when you got stung by a bee. Travel fail was probably for me the food. And then like I'm still upset about it. I travel because I love to eat and experience the food, and the food was probably the biggest letdown for me.
What surprised you about French culture?
They're very quick over there, just with everything.
And I was going to say the opposite. You think they're quick? Girl, we had to choose between going to eat or like going and shopping. You couldn't do both because people would be getting their food while you're getting your dessert. I thought that they were super, like maybe in Paris they were quick because there's metro, it's a big city, but I felt like when we got to the southern end and the more rural areas, they are just chill. They have no sense of urgency. You're going to get your food when you get your food. But what was your question again? Was that the surprise culture?
Yeah.
They don't use washcloths. That had me messed up. They had no washcloths. Maya and I were using hand towels. They don't use washcloths in France. I don't know what y'all use, but in this house we use, except for one person that shall remain nameless, we use washcloths. That to me was very challenging.
Who took the most pictures?
Mom.
I had to make my reel, so if y'all haven't seen the reel, I took more videos. You might have actually took more pictures than me, but I did the video so I can get reels.
What was the most beautiful place?
I like Sarlat.
I thought it was Sarlat. This is also, I didn't know how to say anything in French. I thought it was Sarlat, but we also agreed on that, which I was a little surprised by, but we loved that. To me, it felt like it was like Harry Potter in real life. It was beautiful. Provence was also beautiful because you can see the mountains, and we didn't see the lavender fields, but there's a lot of sunflower fields. It was beautiful.
What challenged you the most?
Just like being in like such a big group for like a long period of time.
Yeah, I would say even if you were extroverted, that was probably hard. And in Europe, the beds are double beds or basically one single bed. So I had to room with someone every hotel. We had 4 different hotels, someone different. So that would be challenging. For me, I was going to say the lack of sleep because I thought her teacher was somewhat joking, but she only needs 4 hours of sleep a night. Ma'am, or madame, as you say in French. Like, I need 7. So that was probably challenging because we probably most nights maybe got 5 hours of sleep. And then you're 6 hours ahead, so that was challenging.
What is your favorite souvenir you brought home?
I brought home some nice jewelry.
Yeah, I think I like these earrings I got from a local shop in Sarlat. I try to find either a pin or earrings, so I have another pair that are gold. These are actually leather, and they have my favorite color, mustard yellow.
Would you do it all over again?
I guess, but not in the same way.
Wait, so now I'm curious, how would it be different?
Maybe not as long there and not in Paris.
Oh yeah, like I think people think Paris is, it's beautiful, but I think if you spent your whole time in Paris, you're missing out on all of France. I definitely would, but I would need more time. So Maya's saying it's very quick pace. I think that the tour was quick pace because we try to see so much in 9 days. And so when you visited a town or a village, you really only maybe had 90 minutes. And because they were not quick with their food service, and that's your time for lunch and to find something you really want to eat, you have to choose between eating and perusing the town. So that was challenging. I would change that.
Section 2, favorite moments. If you could relive 1 hour of the trip, which would it be?
I liked the first day that we were in Sarlat.
Yeah, I would probably agree. You said that would be, I think because I saw her light up, it was super cool. And I sent the video to the family. And I was like, look at Maya, like dancing in the streets of Sarlat. And she was doing the cha-cha. And that was cool because we were belly laughing. They were laughing at me. Maya and George were busting out laughing at me because they were doing a line dance that we do here in America, but they did it differently. And so Maya and George kept making fun of how I was doing that turn. And George would be like, do that turn again. But then Maya joined it, and like the whole town, like we didn't speak each other's language, but everyone was doing the dance. And then next thing you know, one of the chaperones was like, Maya, do you know how to do the cha-cha? And then someone played the music, and she was doing the cha-cha in the middle of Sarlat. That was super cool. She's trying not to act like she was laughing at me, but she's holding it in, but she was belly laughing at me.
I think that's smart. What made you laugh the hardest?
Just the dancing in Sarlat.
Yeah, I danced. I laughed really hard there, but one of the parents that went on the trip also, she sent me a message, and she's like, my favorite time was laughing with you. We were coming back from seeing the Eiffel Tower sparkle at night, and there you can see the subway beneath, and it was kind of like clear glass, and you had to walk across it. You didn't have to, but we're like, let's walk across it. And she was scared, but we did it anyway. And her voice turned into this British accent. She's like, what in the bloody hell? And she's not British. And so we laughed so hard. I thought I was going to pee myself. And in the midst of so much grief, I can't remember the last time that I've laughed that hard. So there were so many times on a trip that I bust out laughing with Maya, George, like the kids or parents. And that was exactly what I needed.
When did you feel most like yourself?
Towards the end of the trip, when I started making friends.
That's a good point. I think mine kind of connects to that too. It's like connecting with other people. For the audience, a big reason why I went is because Maya was the only person of color on the trip. And I was concerned about her going, 1, out of the country, 2, if something were to happen and people didn't pick up on racism or anything, and that she would be somehow subjected to that. I didn't want to experience that. Or if she got sick, and people did get sick, and I was thinking, if Maya got sick and I got that phone call, what would I do? I'd be trying to fly over there. So I think that for me, I lost the question because here goes my Perry brain. So what was the question? What's the question?
When did you feel most like yourself?
The belly laughing, because I feel like I haven't, like I feel like I'm gonna be silly and I like to have fun, and it's just been so heavy and so serious, so that allowed me to just be a total goofball and have Maya laugh at me, and I didn't care.
What was your very first thought when you stepped into Paris?
It kind of just looks like any other city.
Yeah, for me, it was like, why is there so much traffic? I felt like the traffic was worse. I don't know if you thought this way, Maya, worse than New York. It was ridiculous traffic, and we had this big charter bus trying to go into the city. And at some point, remember one of the students was like screaming because she thought we were going to hit the other bus. So everyone's like screaming because they're not used to the driver was excellent. We didn't hit anything, but everything's really tight. And I wasn't expecting that. And then it took forever to get from the airport to Paris because we were in rush hour. We flew overnight and landed around 7. So it was their working traffic, and it just took forever to get there.
What did both museums teach you about being human?
Just the art itself felt human.
I liked the, what are they called? Are they docent? I don't know what their actual term is called, but they're like the museum guides that, we never did that before. We go to museums, but we never had a tour guide. And she was really critically conscious. She was talking about the art and saying like, what did we see? We saw the Mona Lisa, which was underwhelming, and people told me that it was going to be because you can't get close to it. But the other one, Maya, the Monet, is that what it's called? Lord, because my brain is not working. What's the one, the head's, not the head off. That's Nike. That's the Nike goddess. The other one where we saw the picture, we saw the statue of the woman on the outside, and she was like, why is this one not as important as the other one? So she was getting people to think. And then when we saw the Nike goddess with the wings, and that's where Nike got the idea for their logo, she doesn't have a head, and they're still trying to find her head. And she said, so you can imagine what her head might look like. And I said, she has locks. And again, I was trying to assert like that she could be whoever she is, and also that we're not invisible, and we were invisible in the museum. And then when we got to a painting where they actually had a black person in the art, I was so glad that she pointed that out. And she said, in France, slavery is invisible, but it was very real in their country, and everything that was built by enslaved people. So I was so glad as a white woman she was bringing that up, particularly in our group where we were the only ones. So she turned something that was invisible and she made it real and humanized it. So I was really glad to hear that. Lascaux was, I don't know, it was unique because it was like a cave simulation of a cave that these kids found in like the 40s. And it was 10,000-year-old cave drawings. So in terms of like humanity, I think for me it was that we couldn't go to the original one because human beings went in and messed it up. And so it's not safe because of the black mold. And so they had to create these renditions of it to remake it. And so they wouldn't. Yeah, there's all this mold in there now, so it's unsafe to go in there. So they had to recreate it. And so it just thinks about when humans are toying with things in nature, what can happen to that.
How did you connect when speaking French was hard?
I don't speak French.
Sometimes it just took me a while to find the right words, but I figured it out eventually.
I tried to have Maya be my spokesperson. And I tried to use that Google Translate app, and it did not work. And I wish I would have had Maya translate for me when I ordered on the last day in Monaco, because that messed up my whole day, because I thought I was getting like chicken parm or something, because he said, I heard Parmesan, and I ended up ordering cantaloupe and prosciutto. I was like, but I remember like the one day in the market, I was trying to get a bag for Graham, and I didn't speak his language, right? And he's just like showing me with hand gestures. Or then when I was trying to get to the beach, and I was like, what do you always say bonjour, everything is bonjour. And I was like, pardon, like, I was like, I need help getting to the beach, but I was trying to explain it and they helped me. Or some people would be like, English, like you don't speak French. So, but I think it was pretty cool to communicate with people when I didn't know the language and not have that be a problem and understand like I'm in someone else's culture.
What's one thing that happened that wasn't on the itinerary?
We didn't get to go to the perfume.
That was like the day of disappointment, because that was the day we were going to Monaco and we were so excited to go for Coco. So where do we went? We did. Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh, but we did that freaking land train. That land train made me so mad. And someone on the trip was like, this was amazing. And I was like, I could have passed. I could have passed on the lane train. It was like a trolley that went through Monaco to show us Monaco. And you had an earpiece, like a headset. But I felt like that time I could have just walked the streets of Monaco. So to me, that was like not being able to make the perfume, which I was excited to make, and then doing the land train, which people gassed up, and it was not. I didn't like it. Yeah, that was frustrating.
Section 3. Did France change you?
I guess a little bit.
No, you gotta say how now. Now I'm curious.
It helped me like experience other cultures.
Well, what about you? Like, okay, I think that might be something you might ask me because I'm curious. Okay. I'm thinking about that because the tour guide, Joe, who was awesome, ACIS tour guide, Joe Laurie, I literally cried when we left her because she was so amazing. But she said at the end of the trip, travel changes lives. And I really do feel like it because we get out of our bubble and we see the world, and we're kind of thrust into this discomfort where in order to survive, you have to depend on other people, or you just got to try something new and be okay with that. So I think it does change lives. And I think about all the people that don't have the opportunity to do that. And how do we create opportunities if they can't travel? How do we put ourselves within cultures where we're not centered? But I think it did. It helped me see Maya in a different light. It helped me see that I can connect. I'm a connector, but like connecting with other people and again, finding joy in the midst of us having the shared almost like struggle as we're navigating the Parisian and like the French heat with no AC. We survived.
What did you learn about yourself?
I learned that I really don't like cities.
We knew that about you, though. That just solidified you thinking maybe I like a French city, and you were like, all cities suck. Maya is not a city person. And they make you pay for public, sometimes you have to pay for the public bathroom, and the public bathrooms don't have any AC. Imagine what that's like in the heat. Yeah, and soap that's not replenished and no paper towels. So there's that. I think I learned about myself that when you're out a proximity, like from something, because there's so much heaviness here that we could go, across into another continent, and I didn't really think about the grief. And so it was kind of nice to be outside of it for a bit. But I did take Pop's hat. Of course, I had Avery with me. So that was cool to take them. It's like they traveled with us, but I wasn't so wrapped inside of it.
What did you learn about each other?
Nothing really.
You learned nothing about me? I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing. That I don't hide like parts of who I am, that you're like, this is my mom, she's a complete dork. No, you said something about moms being all cool, like try to be cool with the kids, but it worked. What I learned about Maya is that, I knew she could do hard things, but I think part of my other fear as being her mom was like, she's introverted, and that's okay, right? I'm extroverted. But I was worried about having to connect with so many different people, being sleep deprived, like being in a different culture, not eating foods that you necessarily like, and teenage girls and teenage boys. I thought that was a lot, but she navigated with so much grace. And when I saw the room, because I was in a single room, and I secretly was in a single room, but she does know this, in case she was like, I need to get out of this room and she could come to my room. But when I saw the rooms that she was with, like roommate the first night, remember I come in because they switched our rooms, and I was like, oh, y'all just sleeping in the same bed? It's like that here. And then we realized it was a different room because I had two beds that were pushed together, but it still didn't really give you space. So the fact that Maya wasn't like, I'm out, I think it was so good, and that she was able to navigate 4 different roommates in that short amount of time. And I'm like, oh, she's ready for college. She's going to be fine. So I think it gave me another vote of confidence that she can do it and that she can do hard things. And go through the discomfort, and then at the end, like she's saying, I could see her blossom and make new friends. So that made me feel I can breathe a little bit. She's going to be okay.
What did you notice that you think Americans miss?
The caps on their bottles don't come off.
Someone said it's because they are really conscious of the environment. So there was a video that one of the parents sent afterwards, so I think it was on Instagram, and their caps, you know how you can just unscrew your cap for a water bottle? It just flips up. And so you're drinking it with the cap, like right here. And I wanted to bring a bottle home, and then I forgot. I think it was thinking about, could I live without AC in the heat? Like, how do they conserve energy in that way? Also, I'm not saying they don't wear deodorant, but I'm saying there was a moment of reframe for me early on where I was like, my nose is very sensitive. So I'm smelling different body odors, and I'm like, this is a different culture, Amber. Like, there's no right or wrong way. It's different. And it was almost like I had to tell myself, it's interesting that to smell this sounds weird, like to smell people's body odor, but it wasn't offensive until that one night in Sarlat. Then I was like, that's a lot. But that was getting used to that difference. And then when I came home, I was not putting air on in the car when I was just driving locally. Thinking, one, to conserve energy, and two, we're on the metro and there's no AC and the window's open and the wind and the air blows. So I think for Americans and how much we use and abuse energy, and thinking about global warming, that there's something to be said about how they're being more conservative about their air that we can take into consideration.
The art. We talked a lot lately about painting in Provence. Why did that matter so much?
I actually brought the paintings up because we had a day in Provence. It was probably the hottest day. And I think when we talked to Madame, her teacher, she said that we were probably supposed to have a lesson, but because it was so hot, we had to just paint. So they literally took us to this beautiful open area. I don't know if that's where, I'm trying to think of his name. What was the artist's name? Is it
Cezanne?
Cezanne. Like, he would just go out in the fields and just paint what he saw. And then Maya later told us it's called en plein air. Did I say it right? Okay, Amber. So you just paint what you see. And for a lot of people, you want to know, like, tell me what to do, give me the steps, all the things. They literally just gave us paper plates. They put primary colors on it, and they were like, go paint. Mix the colors. Here's a cup of water, figure it out. And there was something really soothing about that. So I'll put these on the screen, but this is Maya's. And obviously you're an artist and you have studied painting, but like the fact that she took primary colors and got the colors so beautifully. And we didn't have much time. We probably had less than an hour because it was hot. And then here's mine. And you can see like my colors are much darker because I don't know how to blend colors like Maya. But Maya got an award that night, the last night. Her paper plate award was, her French name is Yasmine, most likely to be hired by ACIS to teach Cezanne classes in Provence. Because people were like, oh my gosh, Maya is so good. So I think for me, I was like, this is a therapeutic practice that we can do as a family and just go out when it's not hot. Like maybe in the evening and just paint what we see, because it was just kind of just like no judgment. Just let it happen, figure out how to mix the colors. I love that practice and I think more people should do it. I'm thinking about one of the students there that she only painted the grass because she was just so into the soothing activity of like, I was just so enthralled in just painting grass. She never got to finish her painting, but it was beautiful. So I think we can do that as a family. I'd love to take us out and maybe let the dogs run around and we can just, I don't know if they can run around because they might just be getting into some stuff, but we could do that as a family. I think it's beautiful.
What did being black girls,
or a woman,
yeah.
Maya got like less than a year, she's gonna be a black woman officially. Scary.
What did being black woman in France make you notice?
Kind of just felt the same.
So felt the same how? Like you didn't feel Any different, like hypervisible, invisible?
Just felt the same here. I guess I just wasn't focused on it.
Oh, see, I was.
Of course you were.
Another reason why I was going, because I was like, I don't know. I figured like the city would definitely have more Black people, right? Because it's a city. I was more concerned about going to the more rural areas. But on the second day, we went on a boat ride on the Seine. It's really cool because they are just out. So you think about like the river downtown Harrisburg and people are running, but these people are just sitting on the river talking, eating, dancing. They just love the people watch. That's what they do in the evenings. And so we're getting on the boat and I see this beautiful Somalian woman and I'm just looking at her skin. I'm like, her skin is so pretty. Like it was just beautifully, deeply melanated skin. And then we get on the ship and she's like, are you African American? And I'm like, you thought I was Ethiopian? And she goes, yes. I'm like, I'm just regular Black. But I spotted her, she spotted me, so we struck up a conversation. And then we ended up taking a picture together at the end and like shared it on WhatsApp. She, like, beautiful skin, right? But I think I was spotting it. So for Maya to say it didn't feel any different, I think when I'm in spaces where it's just me, which is most of the time, like it's just us, I'm always looking for people that look like us. And so it's like, there was an episode of Blackish where the dad's teaching Junior to do the head nod when you see someone Black, like you gotta let them know, like I see you. So I was kind of doing that, or I'd be looking at what their hair looked like, and I saw some Black women there that had locks. So I was very much interested in how Blackness existed outside of the U.S. And I think about my research when I interviewed women in Britain, and she said, your Black womanhood does not include us. And so I was seeing, like, what did Black womanhood look like outside of the U.S., seeing women in hijabs and making sure that they felt seen. And I'd be like, hello, you know, or I'd smile at them. I think it was really beautiful to see us exist globally. But Maya's like, it wasn't no different than any day growing up in this small town because I'm always the only one. Or it's just not something that you think about. I think about it. I'm always thinking about it. So what do you think, Emma? So what did you do? Like, we did our museum tours, and then we came home and we got a third museum tour. What was that?
It was my projects that I did when you guys were gone.
And what did you do?
It was like mix. It was kind of like arts and crafts mixed with like
STEM?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yes.
I felt like we unlocked something with you because we created an app and you had to read the book Wonder. You forgot to do your workbook, but we're working on that. And then you had arts and crafts. So we went to Michael's, got all the arts and crafts supplies, and you had either 1 a day, 2 a day, and STEM projects. And then we came home. First day we were tired because I stayed up 22 hours so I could flip my clock back. And so the next day you dressed up. I have to show you all a video. And she has this open sign on the basement door. She goes down. She's like, it's an interactive museum, but do you want to describe it for the people?
It was just our basement.
No, like what you actually did and like how you curated your museum for us.
We have like this like table. It's like kind of
like a bar table.
Yeah. And I put like my like crafts and stuff on it. And then I put like blankets on the chairs. And then in like the TV area, I put like blankets and like I did like the pillows a little bit. And then I put my doll where I do hair in the middle.
Yeah, and so what was your favorite art project or project period that you did? I'll have to show the people on the screen.
It was like, it's like the video game kind of one where you like do like the little things and then like the marble.
Yeah, and so you had to put wires together, like you're doing electronic things. And I think for me what was cool is that you would get really frustrated doing those when we were present and able to help you. And somehow you managed to get like 8 or 9 STEM projects done. Those Kiwi Co boxes are amazing by yourself. And I was super proud of you. I was worried that you would be bored. I was worried that you would get in trouble because you're like Dennis the Menace and you need to always be doing something. So I was really happy to see that you were able to keep yourself engaged and do something and then show us all that you made, like a bubble maker, all the things, like something that like literally a robot that walks on the floor. So that was really cool to come home and see our third museum installation, like, and we had you to curate, and walk us through that. So overall, I think it was like a really good trip, even though Maya didn't learn anything about her mom. But I think I like that because she's like, I'm an open book, and I think that's how I want to live my life. So I appreciate that, that I live my life like that. Do you have a chicken nugget you want to close out with? What are you thinking? One, because for Maya to do this, how major is that?
Crazy.
But she did it. Shout out to the middle children in the world out here. Middle children rock.
Oh. It's been so long.
I know. It was from the conversation, just what the experience was like, you being home when we were abroad. Anything we talked about today.
It was nice having Maya here.
On the show. So you got to see the whole family, well, all the girls. So JoJo had an episode. We got Maya to share about France. She talked. And now she's rolling her eyes because that's a wrap. So on that note, thank you for sticking with us, hanging with us. It's been 2 months, but we're coming back with Maya, and we'll see what happens. We're still navigating, still figuring things out. But this, I know, has helped me to know that there's purpose in life, that you keep going, you don't stay stuck in your grief in whatever form that is, and that you do it together as a family. So I'm glad that I have my girls to support me, and I can support you as we navigate this together. Any final parting words, Maya?
No.
You want to close us out? See you next time, y'all. Bye. Nicely done, Maya. You did it.
I'm so glad you joined me and Mommy for this episode of Living in 3D Power. I hope you like it. Now do me a favor before you leave. Subscribe to our Substack and make sure you subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts too. And hey, do me another favor. Share this episode with a friend or family member. If something we said made you laugh, made you smile, or it might mean something to them, just send it away. Okay, one more favor. That's a lot of favors, I know. Head over to the comments on our social media. Tell us what made you say, "That's deep, bro." Because your words encourage other people and they encourage us too. See you next time.